welcome to Equipping Grace. This week I have as a guest Richie Cormier. Everybody say hi, Richie.
Hey, everyone.
Richie is a member of the Grace Church family. How long have you guys been around Grace?
8 years.
8 years.
Yeah.
I'm proud that you have that number, like right.
Yeah, somebody actually asked me today how long we've been coming here.
That's awesome.
Before I came here.
That's great. That's great. So he's been a member of the Grace family for 8 years. He runs Cormier Insurance Group. So what do you do there?
I'm the owner, operator. Yeah. I do everything.
Okay.
So.
And then in addition to that, some of you might recognize his face from some videos we put together in the past about some of the work we've been doing in Haiti, because he and along with his wife Gina have founded an organization called La Vie, l'Amour, la Tortue,
yes.
which in English means
life, love for Tortue.
Okay. So in addition to that, you got 2 kids, right?
Yep.
Your dad.
Yep.
And so that's a little bit about Richie. We wanted to sit down in light of the coronavirus situation and with the fact that the new school year's coming up, which kind of impacts some of the work that his organization is doing down there. And but we also recognize that some of you might not know the story behind this. And so I wanted to start with that. Can you just kind of let everybody know, tell the story of your introduction to the island of Tortuga, that specific part of Haiti that we visit?
The first time we went was 2016. The team from Sebring went to Tortuga.
Yeah.
And it's the farthest part away from Haiti, from anywhere. And that's why Matt wanted to go there, because they were the unreached people. I mean, most Haitians don't even know where it is. So we don't even tell the customs people that we're going to Tortue, because they look at us like we're crazy.
Yeah.
So that was why we wanted to go. We were the first, they call us blah, which means white. So we were the first blah that they had seen in 40 years.
Wow.
So, going there and building the relationships with the people, building the church was our focus. And then we had 2 kids that our church has been praying for, Vilanson and Wilanson. Mm-hmm. They latched to us. They were skipping school to hang out with us and work. And we kind of started to learn the dynamic of the importance of school, the role that school plays in the Haitian culture.
Yeah.
Here, it's free.
Right.
So everybody goes. Free food, everything. There, the parents have to pay for it. So it becomes kind of a privilege, a class kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that's where we started to learn. 2017, the next year, we learned a lot more. I wanted to learn more about the kids. I mean, I'm 37, but I'm just a big kid. So I wanted to learn more and spend more time with the kids. And that's where we really got into the socioeconomic kind of structure there. Most of Haiti, I mean, like 89% is in abject poverty. Mm-hmm. It's really sad. So that was the ember put in my heart.
Yeah.
And then last year, 2018, started getting more towards it. And last year was the fire.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Obviously, we went down there initially because of a connection within our fellowship of churches. We have some majority Haitian churches in the Miami area, and one guy in particular, Pastor Desir, actually grew up on that island. So that's kind of one of the connections, and
yes.
We heard that story of how 40 years ago there was short-term missionaries that were coming through, and were a part of Desir accepting Christ and accepting a call to be a pastor. He's led churches and ministries in Haiti and now in Miami, and he's all about making disciples. And so we went there really at the beginning, Pastor Matt leading the way, to develop relationships.
Yes.
But as we did that, with you and with a number of other people that had joined the team from the beginning, like you said, you guys just got inspired and got some ideas about what you could do.
Yeah. And that's the big thing is, the Desir didn't grow up in Carenage, where the school is, where the churches that we're building. He grew up in the Plains, and the church that he founded is still up there, and the school is still up there. And they're doing much better than the people down on the coast.
Yeah.
So that's where we really saw that need. And, and Matt says routinely, from the pier to the pier, that's our focus.
Yeah.
And that all encompasses Carnage. So.
Yeah. One of the things when you start talking about world missions is just how vast the need is, and especially even in a relatively small country like Haiti, there's been so much effort poured in by believers from across the world, not just the United States, to try and reach that place. And I think that's been a really powerful tool for us to say, we could have big dreams and say we want to reach all of Haiti. We know that as a small church we can't make that kind of a large impact, but we can make a big impact in a small place.
Exactly.
So this little village of a couple of thousand people, this is where we really want to focus our efforts.
Yep.
And so far it's been really neat to see the fruit that comes to that.
Oh yeah.
So how did that lead you to found an organization? Like, how did Life Love for Tortuga come to be then?
I really sat down with Desir.
Okay.
Because being from the island, he knows the culture. He can communicate the language. He knows the need. It's not a matter of just throw money, because then they become reliant on the money. Well, if the money stops, then everything stops. So we really wanted to figure out how we could best help the people by coming alongside of them.
Yeah.
And raising money every year just to give to them and then leave was not it was never in the cards.
Yeah.
Still not in the cards.
Yeah.
I routinely 2 to 3 times a week speak to Pastor Wilson.
Yeah.
Via Facebook Messenger. So we were able to collaborate what's going on in the school. So technology is a blessing.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is.
Yeah. It really is, and it's been neat to see how that relationship with Pastor Wilson, who's the pastor of that church there in Carnage, has been key to this whole thing, because it's easy enough for us to go down there once a year to kind of work on some building projects, to help clean some things up, make some relationships, but he's there all year round, and our role really is to come alongside and be kind of a support structure for him. Yeah. Hopefully help him to do some things with financial resources that he doesn't have access to those resources, because he's there ministering in a poverty-stricken area.
Exactly, and it's been an amazing thing. In America, we're the land of abundance.
Yeah.
You walk into Walmart and there's more food in there than you'll eat in a lifetime. There, if there's extra, they don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
So we've actually been able to, not we, everybody that's donated has been able to help the church with a food ministry.
Yeah.
The church has a food ministry.
Yeah.
They never had that.
Yeah.
Because they never had food.
Yeah.
So it's been a blessing outside of the school as well.
Yeah.
So
what is the week-to-week, the month-to-month work that the foundation is getting accomplished then on it? Obviously, it's connected to the school, so it's somewhat dependent on that. But like before COVID, what was the sort of function of all of that?
The function is we ensure that first of all, the teachers are paid, and then a very close second is that the children are fed.
Yeah.
Desir would routinely tell me and us, that he would go to school without eating for 3 days.
Wow.
You cannot learn not eating.
Yeah.
So my big thing was to make sure that the children are eating, and I've stressed that to Wilson extremely.
Yeah.
The teachers may have to not get paid as much this month. We'll make it up, but the kids have to eat.
Yeah.
So that's been a blessing.
Yeah.
As far as COVID's effect, they were forced to shut down school in April, about halfway through. So they missed half of April and half of May.
Okay.
But because of the monthly pledges, we were still able to feed the kids in April and pay the teachers a half month in April, half month in May.
Okay.
So we met our yearly obligation.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And so you're talking about pledges, and I know that we've been raising support for this thing. You're trying to keep the school operational so that kids can come, and are you saying that people are they able to come to school for free because of this?
No.
Okay.
Because that was our biggest thing, was we don't want it to be free.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we are telling you that you can send your children for free, the parent shirks all responsibility.
Yeah.
So Wilson actually took initiative, which I was very proud of him. He took initiative and told the parents that you're responsible for 25%. So because we did the math, and if we can raise 75% and the parents pay their 25%, uniforms are paid for, the teachers get paid, and there's food. If they don't meet their obligation, then something gets messed up in the equation.
Yeah.
So it's not a free ride. And I learned not to do that from another school in Haiti. It's called Schools for Haiti, and I talked to this gentleman for hours, and he told me right off the bat, nothing is free. You have to charge something.
Yeah.
That way there's skin in the game,
Yeah.
and there's pride.
Yeah.
Not the bad pride,
Right.
but you feel a sense that you have done something to contribute.
There's a sense of dignity to that.
Dignity's better, yes.
Because in their world, school isn't free.
No.
You know, and that's just part of their cultural understanding of how it works.
Yeah.
But it is enabling so many more kids to get plugged into school, because you've got a situation where parents are having to choose between feed my kid or send my kid to school.
Yes.
And with this, they're able to do both. And we actually
Yes.
help with the food problem too, which is obviously a huge need.
Oh, definitely.
So for the short term, the coronavirus interrupted the school year, obviously. They're planning on getting started again soon, though.
The plan is they're kind of watching what we do. So if in the States, if we open back up in August, their plan is to follow our lead. So
Okay.
we're kind of leading that charge.
So as we walk into the fall, the needs are going to continue to come along. You're going to continue to need that financial
Yes.
support. And what are some of the ways that the people of Grace, the people that are watching and listening to this, what are some ways that they can get engaged and get involved in what it is you're doing?
If you're on Facebook, we have a page. It's La Vie, L'Amour, La Tortue. You can check out the website at lifelovefortortuga.com. You can donate through any of those. We're here every Sunday if you want to get plugged in. We're getting ready to start a monthly newsletter. I'm going to have postcards that we're going to put up here with the stories of some of the kids.
Yeah.
So
That's great. And so as far as a financial ask, like if somebody comes up to you and says, I want to financially support this, what are the kinds of commitments you're looking for?
Ideally, we'll never turn down anything.
Right, obviously.
But
Write a check.
ideally, we would like a monthly contribution.
Okay.
That is ideal. I've done the math. I'm a numbers guy. If we can find 60 people that are willing to pledge $25 a month, the school is paid for the entire year, and it actually puts some in reserve for some school projects that we're looking at, some solar, some computers.
Yeah.
We take computers, for granted, big time.
Yeah, especially in the education system
Oh,
in the U.S.
big time, yeah. So if we can get 2 desktops, that would be absolutely amazing. So that's obviously in the future, but that's what we're looking for.
That's amazing.
So,
Well, Richie, thanks for taking the time out of your work day. I know it's been neat to see how the Lord has used your gifts as just, like you said, you're a numbers guy, you're a business guy, and so you understand a little bit of how to make these connections and administrate something that for a lot of people, they'd look at that and say, I have no idea where to get started. And you've really laid the groundwork for the people of Grace and really beyond, because I know you've spent a lot of time on the phone and on the internet sharing this vision with people outside of our church community too.
Yeah.
And so that's super, super neat just to see how the story of the Lord is leading us down and the effect that it's having on the people down there. So,
yeah. Well, thank you.
yeah, appreciate it.